All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this beautiful planet. Welcome to the Inner Circle Live pre-New York session. I'm your host for this morning's session, Benny Allen, along with my awesome partner, Mr. Ryan Carthage. And we're definitely happy and grateful for each and every one of you being here with us this morning as we take a look at the technicals and the fundamentals to see what we can take advantage of in the Forex market. So, without further ado, let's make sure we turn off any and all distractions. Grab a pen and paper, take lots of notes, and let's make sure that we participate and engage. If you all can hear me loud and clear, do me a huge favor, drop me a one in the chat, and we can get this session started. All right, I see the ones firing in. I appreciate it. Appreciate the early participation on this Friday morning. Thank you very much. Right. And so, hey, let's make sure that we take massive action each and every day. Let's make sure that we're accepting all possible losses before entering a trade, preparing us for any outcome. Let's make sure that we center ourselves in body, mind, and spirit, ensuring a balanced approach to trading. And let's make sure that we trust in our education, strategy, trading skills, and intuition. And let's imagine our trade successfully materializing. Let's make sure that we obey our trading strategy, avoiding decisions based on greed and fear. And let's make sure that we are never looking back or stopping once your trade has commenced, right? So each and every day, we make sure that in this group, we take massive action. All right, moving on over, taking a look this morning. German business morale hits a 9-month high, right? Sentiment is very, very important in how people are feeling about the economy. So the business morale is up, right? 9-month high there. UK sales unexpectedly flat in February. So retail sales, so let's click on it here. We see retail sales volume in the UK remained unchanged in February 2024, following an upwardly revised 3.6% in January and defying market forecast, right? So which had anticipated a 0.3% decline. Okay, then it goes into the details there. So we know one of the key fundamental indicators that we watch is retail sales, right? Gauging the overall health of the economy. Uh, so European shares dip slightly as investors take profit. Okay, we're getting towards the end of the month here. That makes some sense. German import prices continue to fall. That's good. That's good. Right. We see that um, business morale is up as well. So that's two pluses for Germany. They're largest player in the Eurozone. Japan inflation rate rises to 3-month peak. Right. So we know that just recently, right, they had a change in the monetary policy for Japan, and that's very important as it relates to the inflation rate, right? It's moving up. Okay. And then we say the Chinese yuan plunges to a 4-month low. All right, there. So moving over to the Forex factory. Okay, we know we had the retail sales today. We have a Euro summit that's going on all day. That's always important. So we'll see if anything comes out of that summit that can shake up the market as it relates to the euro. For 8:30, we've got core retail sales for Canada, and then just overall retail sales month over month. That's an important number. And then we've got here bright red folder at 9 a.m. as Chairman Powell is speaking today. All right. So not too heavy on a Friday, but we do have some things that may move the market. So we always want to pay attention to the fundamentals. Ryan, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, bro. I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
Oh man, doing pretty good. Glad to be here. It's Friday, right? So
Yes, sir.
yeah, rocking and rolling. Excited. Got the March Madness tournament going on. Some upsets
Man,
already out the gate.
yesterday was a crazy day.
Yes, yes. Super crazy day. I know they're partying down in Oakland. So
Heck yeah.
with the upset over Kentucky. So that was pretty fun to watch. But it should be. I don't think that's the last major upset we're gonna see in this tournament this year. So
I don't either. I think there's
yeah,
going to be more.
yeah. So it's fun. It's always fun to see the March Madness NCAA basketball tournament kick off for both the men and the women. So that's spend some time checking that out, especially the highlights yesterday. Anything on a fundamental front?
Fundamentally, the other thing about Japan, exports also rose.
Mm, okay.
Um, so that's another positive thing for them. Talked about yesterday, um, Governor Ueda saying that they chose to increase the rates now to avoid any major volatility in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I take that statement as there's going to be more interest rate increases. So I think what we're seeing now is the start of this transition. Technically, right? The change that we'll see on the chart is the start of this transition for these yens to start to gain that strength. And as we move forward over the next coming months, we'll see the narrative, the public narrative, really start to change. I think. So I think this is the start of what we're going to see for the yen strength. So just that's what's top of mind for me.
Got it, got it. I appreciate it. I would happen to agree with you 100% on that. That we're definitely going to see more hikes because they are the laggard, right? So, and we just saw that data on trading economics, inflation rises to a 3-month peak. So we'll see. We'll see what happens from there. I appreciate the update on the yen. Any questions regarding the fundamentals, anybody? All right, so let's take a look at want to read up on this DXY. So we see the dollar index rolls to 3-week highs around 1042 on Friday and was set to advance for a second straight week, underpinned by bets that another major central bank could start cutting interest rates earlier than the Federal Reserve. On Thursday, the Swiss National Bank unexpectedly slashed its main policy rate, citing the franc's strength. The Bank of England also delivered a dovish pause as two officials who previously voted for a hike now supported the decision. Meanwhile, the Bank of Japan pivoted against negative rates and ended yield curve controls, but is expected to remain accommodative for the time being. Earlier this week, the Fed held rates steady and maintained its outlook for 3 rate cuts this year. Still, Fed officials reiterated the need for more confidence that inflation is falling sustainably towards 2% before cutting rates. All right. So just an update on the DXY because as we move over, right, the crown that Annette identified is playing out, right? So 1042, that's what the report said, coming into that resistance level, but we can see how we made a U-turn off the right tip of the crown, right? Isn't that fascinating? So we'll see if we can break through 1042 eventually. May not do it before the week closes out, but looks like it's definitely headed that way. Any questions on the DXY?
Not a question on the DXY, bro. But one other thing fundamentally I just came across. The ECB is looking at June to start their rate cuts.
Yes.
Uh, did you say that already?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
okay.
Nope.
So yeah, that's something that we could potentially start to see priced in the coming weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. So definitely keep an eye on that. Yeah. I know when Lagarde had spoke, she had mentioned, they have more data by April, but definitely by June, they should have sufficient data to make a sound decision. So we shall see. We shall see what happens there. Any questions once again on the DXY? Yeah.
No, sir.
All right. So we got the dollar moving up, right? So if we take a look at the the Aussie dollar, right, we can see that crown continues to play out. And so we kept talking about that 66.23 area that we spoke about yesterday. It just continued to hold, right? Just continued to hold, and we can see that prices declined. Okay, so we're spot on when we were paying attention to this level, and you can see how it just continued to plummet. Right? So it pushed up, right? But we can't let it scare us out of trades. It didn't take out the A, and so it had no choice but to go our way. So we see it's no longer highlighted. Why? Because we had an H6 retracement 118 extension. D extension was hit there. If we come down to the 1, we can see where we have a new AB boundary off this 1 hour leg to the downside. Okay. So as long as that dollar continues to move up, all right, we look for the pullbacks, further declines. Any questions on the Aussie dollar?
No, sir.
No? All right. Take a quick look at Bitcoin. All right. See where we are. Okay. So we know, look at that. We came into some highs. Right. Look at that U-turn right back below that level. The extension hit. We got way overextended. And now you're starting to see the reaction back to the downside. Seeing that price collapse a bit. Look at that. Look at that pullback here on the daily. Okay. And this is Bitcoin versus the dollar. And we know the dollar is moving up, right? So we got pressure being put there. We were talking about this crown yesterday. Look for some sort of a pullback after the trend line break, and it's doing just that. Okay. It's doing just that. So we'll continue to keep an eye on Bitcoin to see where it finds its low, its next discount, and for a continuation eventually to the upside. All right. Moving on to the Euro USD. We can see that price is moving down. Right? Moving down. Another correction, right? Look at how just moving straight through the middle of the screen, right? We're ranging a bit now. Coming back to retest 107. Here we are on the 4. Okay. So we'll see how long that dollar strength lasts. We got within a pip of that D extension, right? So hopefully some people were able to take some profit, but we can see we've corrected all the way back to the downside. So we'll see as we come back into that 107 if we bounce again, right? And make a move up. It'd be interesting, but I would love to see it retest that support at 107 before making any other decisions, as we do have a strong dollar right now. Okay. Any questions on the Euro USD?
And you may get a pullback on that because the dollar is at, when you look at the lower time frames, it's at a reversal point. So
On the dollar, you said?
yeah, the lower time frames like the 1 hour, 30 minute.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So let's do this. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Right? We're getting a bit extended. So we'll see. Right? 80-20 swing on that, right? On the DXY to the upside. All right, that'll be interesting going into next week as we come back to that 107 level. Thanks for bringing that up. Appreciate it. 'Cause I didn't look at the lower time frames. I was just focusing on that crown that you called out on the higher time. So we shall see, but we got a correction. Was anybody able to take profit on this Euro USD? That's a wicked move back to the downside after closing in on that D extension. It's pretty much there.
Nope, I'm still in it.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Hadn't adjusted stops or anything like that. Just riding it out. Okay. So let's see how it goes. Didn't take it. Okay. All right. All right. Moving on down, let's take a look at this pound dollar. See how this correction is going on, right? So this, right, we broke through the bottom of the range, right? So maybe we come back to 125. Maybe we get there. That's been a tough one. Haven't done too much on the pound dollar. We were talking about the one yesterday. It didn't hold up though. It gives any evidence. Look at that coming all the way back down. Ryan, what do you think on that dollar strength over the long term? I mean, I'm looking at it now, you know, you got some people were projecting that the U.S. may be one of the earlier uh central banks to cut rates, but we've got one that's out the gate ahead of it, right? And it seems like now with some of the rhetoric, there may be more for the dollar US, for the
Yeah,
US.
I think we continue to see dollar strength, bro. I think the U.S. is gonna hold, and you might hear the rhetoric start to be, um, the Fed is missing the mark. They're holding too long. They don't know what they're looking at. That kind of stuff, like we heard before.
Yeah,
Um, but I think they're going to continue to hold, and I think we'll see the dollar strength. And I think the ECB and the BOE might cut before the Fed does.
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm starting to think too. So I want to get your take on it. That's what it's seeming like. They're still calling for 3 rate cuts this year. So in order to make that happen, that would have to be. Well, I have to look at their decision date, right? Because then that means it would have to be uh one in what, July, right?
Yeah, in theory, yeah, July, August, October.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Then don't they skip September? I think.
I, I think so, but I don't know if that's consistent every year. I have to look that up to see. But right now, that's ranging. Look at that.
Yeah.
Right? We pull these out now, still within the AB boundary, but if we take a look at that, that's man, that's a hefty range that it's caught
Yeah.
in right now. It came right back down in the range. It broke out. I had high hopes at that point. Right? See what that extension is, but look how that came back down, and nothing you can do about that.
But two on the daily time frame, we still got that 80/20 because it never got to that 382. I got a different fib than you have.
You got a different fib running. You got yours running from way down low.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just missed. I was running off that sub after it took off. Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, this is a larger range. Back down to that support. So 120, 125. Strip this off right now. Just like that. Focus on 25. So we'll see if we can make it down to that 125 potentially. But it's definitely look at this 1 hour. So you gotta play that off the top. That didn't hold back long at all. There was no evidence of reversal. Just collapsed with that dollar strength. And then with that dovish tone they took yesterday. So and with that idea. So make some adjustments there.
Yeah. So on these dollar pairs, because the other ones is where I'm looking for, kind of like you said, on the Aussie dollar, I'm looking for
Hmm.
high prices to get short.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like across the board right now,
Yeah.
for sure. Still, once you get clarity from these central banks, because that tends to set the direction for quite some time.
Yeah. We talked about it in the past too, right? Like most times that kind of sets the direction for the majority of the year for the most part.
It does. It does. So that's good. That's good. So I have you could do some things with that. What's tough, what creates the challenging trade environments all the time is when you get that dollar just bouncing around and not picking a direction. Right. Those seems like because it's the reserve currency, those seems like it's the toughest time to to trade the market. That's why you have to be patient, wait for your zones to set up. We talk about that all the time. Uh, because you when that dollar tends to move back and forth like that, you get whipsawed. So this is that's gonna be a weekly high. This is support. Yep. So kind of looking at the same levels across the board. Okay. So this is good. It's moving. We just need it moving in a direction. And we could do some damage. So I'm gonna plug this weekly level in. It's not gonna reverse on Friday. All of a sudden do something crazy. That so that 125 level for sure seems to be what price is chasing. Daily support. It had the range right. Now it's just making the next play. It's a strong move. We have anything for you. We'll leave that out. This is where we are. So, like you said, look for pullbacks and continuations. Right, that's a clear picture there. All right, we'll just wait. Definitely bearish. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Any questions on the pound dollar? Right. It's a
You were
good week.
looking, I think the hour time frame,
Mm-hmm.
we have to put in the other FIP, so it's like the 80-20, but it's almost at the D. Is that what you see too?
Where, right here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one's gone. It's so overextended that we don't even have a new like you see how it just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. This one should, right? It's let me see, it's low. See, it should be giving us something there,
Yeah.
right? Should be giving us see it all the way down. There's your first low. So it should be giving us something. But it's just running. It's just been so impulsive. The bottom fell out of it. But so we're probably gonna hit that D and we'll get a reset. If I put it in on the I wonder if you might not have it. You might not have anything. Let's see.
Yeah, I went down to the 30 minute and it hit it. So
Oh, I hit it. Okay. Check it out on this 15-minute time frame. There we go. So, it's just telling us that hey, it's impulsive, right? Profit taking, sellers got control. So we need a correction. At some point we'll get a correction. Maybe when we come into this level here on the 15, we get a reversal. But we need that price to move up to continue to short. Uh, but we may, right, get a decent correction back to the upside. So we'll wait and see. Where's that? I need that 500 level. It's coming in. So we'll see if we get a correction before heading back down, right? So future play, future play. All right, that's that on the pound dollar. Okay. Moving on down, want to look at the NZD USD. This was a good play. Really nice play, right? So again, right, giving us signals way back when, right? We're moving, continuing to move bearish. This is the price action that we want. We want it moving in a direction, not sideways, right? So we're moving down. We got, what's our next level coming in now? Daily, 59.39. So we are clearly moving bearish, right? And we want to be able to take advantage of that. So we correctly identified that double top, right? And we're about to come right into this D extension now. And that's at 59.70. Okay. Anybody holding this short? It's a beautiful play.
Didn't take that one.
Can take it. I'm done with it for now. Didn't hold it because I hit that milestone last night. So I just closed out everything.
Great work, bro.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. So once that hit, I'm like, I'm closing this out now. Like, I live to fight another day. So no need to hold it. Thanks, Joy. Thank you. So yeah. So but you can see, right, where how you can add, you can see where I moved that, trace that stop level down, right? Because you can add to positions on that pullback. Okay. And so you can see where it held that high and then it continued to move down. Right. Appreciate it, everybody. So you can see where this pullback, that's a higher correction there. And there we are. Right, straight to the D. That's not right there though. So we don't have anything yet. But like Ryan said, playing the dollar strength, then eventually we'll see a pullback and then another correction down if that dollar strength sustains itself. Okay, so pull this off. So this is gonna be a good weekend to go through, remark up all the charts as we're starting to get some moves, right? We had the Bank of Japan come in and make a decision that was widely anticipated. We've got some data from the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England, the ECB, the Swiss National Bank gave us a price cut in rates. It is a good time right now that we've got some good volatility and we've got some trend direction that we go through. And you want to make sure that you mark up those charts, right? Some of you are repping it out, doing it all the time anyway. But from a fundamental data standpoint, this is a great time to do it. Okay. Let's clean up those charts, get ready, forecast our next setups. All right, so there we go. So we'll wait to see what happens. It's gonna hit that extension, and we'll take a look at that tomorrow and see how it finishes out today, and then move into next week. So there we are. That's the NZD USD. We're gonna move down and take a look at the dollar CAD. Still moving, right? Look at that. Still moving long. That'll be a new low, right? As we close out the week, that'll be a new weekly low. We already have some levels here on the daily. See there? Price is holding. That's a good. Love it when that dollar moves. Okay. And there. And you might become the type of traders that you may decide like, hey, I only want to trade dollar crosses. Some people do that. That's part of your discovery process as a trader, decide how you want to trade. Mhm. Which pairs you want to trade. So here we are on the UCAD. See all that bouncing around, all that ranging. Hey, we're still within that AB boundary. Okay? So don't let that move down scare you out of the trade. You've already calculated your risk. You know how much you can afford to lose before you take the trade. We can't say that enough, right? But if this trade idea is yours and you're saying, hey, I'm planning to see the D swing, stay in it, right? You see how we're just moving across the middle screen a bit range bound, and now we've got this impulse move back to the upside. So if we keep that, that dollar strength, that crown plays out on the DXY to the upside, then we're going to see that D extension hit eventually. Okay? Eventually, we're gonna see that hit. Any questions on the UCAD?
Benny, the 1 hour looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
786, and then we have an 80-20, the fib to the upside.
Right here,
Yeah, that last drop.
that last leg.
Mhm.
Uh,
From the top. You could do from the top to the bottom and then bottom to the
Yeah, I got you. Get those additional confirmations, right? It's running, right? So as long as it's gonna chase that 136.25 into that, but we're coming into that D extension. So we'll see. We'll probably see some sort of correction, right? But then a continuation maybe, right? In the short term. Correction down. Maybe we retest. I guess the key would be if we do get a correction, do we hold above that 135.41 level and continue long, right, to work our way towards this the extension. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So dollar bulls are out right now. Okay, dollar bulls are out. Taking a look at the dollar Swiss. It's been a good one. This has been a good one, right? Look at this. Right? Look at that bounce. Like how strong that is moving to the upside. Right? So overall, right, we've got that last one. Look at that flow. Okay. And so in regards to direction, right, we've gotten it right. That's why I say it's been a good one. It's been a good long play. Okay. So look forward to hitting that D extension, testing that 91.10 level. Look at that. It's gone. Right. Extended, right, past that 1.618. Look how it bounced off that level, off that 61.8 zone on the daily. Just continue to work at your patience. Right? So this is the one, right? The fib. See that there, that move? You see that it's just moving long. Moving long. Beautiful. Beautiful price action. So that's the dollar Swissy. And right, take a look at the dollar yen. Yeah. One, still just doing a dance. Ryan, you're calling that 152, right?
Yes, sir. I definitely think it's gonna get there.
Mm-hmm. 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 So we must have just were we shy of this 8-6? I mean of this 8-6 pullback.
I don't
I
think
guess
price actually got there on the top side.
no.
Uh,
Maybe we
150.
just because it didn't deactivate. So
Let me see.
146.5.
Are you on my line? Yeah, we hit that 8-6 level.
We did. I don't know. Maybe
17.
it was so close, because it barely hit it. So maybe that's why I didn't deactivate. Maybe it's gonna take it to that 127 level. But it's a good trade, good trade nonetheless. Right? Good trade nonetheless. Right. So we made a couple good moves on this one. All right. So that's the dollar yen. I want to take a look at this S&P, right? So we got a strong dollar. Uh so what's going on with with our indices? Okay. Still hanging in there, still pushing long. Okay. Still moving long. No correction yet, no profit taking yet. We'll see what happens as we move towards the end of the month.
That's a shame.
I know. I know. I know. But I get, hey, like Ryan said, they figure they're gonna cut at some point. They came through and confirmed that nothing's changed. It's just it's a weird dynamic.
It pulled back a little bit. I collected $2 and I'm not gonna lie, I was scared and yeah.
You got out. Yeah,
Well,
I
I immediately put my stop like 10 pips ahead. So
yes, this one is trending hard, right? This one is trending hard. Well, it'll slow down eventually, right? We got dollar strength really kicking in. Um, but a lot it depends, right? Because you can have the dollar rally, and the it's not always a direct, you know, situation where you have it's not always automatic when you have a strong dollar and that you get a weak, a decline in the stock market because it depends on why the dollar is, right? Why the dollar is strong or why the dollar is weak. So it doesn't always, you know, happen the way people think it does. You get a strong dollar. So um let me look in at gold. We know topped out. We hit that one right on the money with that gold long play. And so, you know, here's that 4 hour D extension is hit. We've got a new AV boundary now, right? New AV boundary now. Dollar strength. So we're looking for gold to correct, right? And move to the downside. We've got a new fib on a daily. Look at that. Right? Higher time frames control the lower time frames. And so we got higher time frame extensions being hit. New AB boundary on the daily. So we'll see if we can get that price correction. All right. That's that. Let me look at the US 30 Dow. Hold on 1 second, everybody. All right. So here we are, right? Just running. So we talked about it, right? Dow chasing 40,000. Not crazy to think that, right? If we follow the Fib sequence, that's exactly where it's headed. So spot on with that one. So yes, you can swing trade these indices. It works. Trade your zones. That is like, what was it, right? Like 5 years ago, this had to be at like 19,000, 20,000.
Something like that. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. Right. So if you have um a start portfolio where you either buy indices uh or buy individual stocks, you can use combined with your strong fundamental and your knowledge and your research that you're doing on companies. You could use your technical analysis, right, for your portfolio. So if you're buying and holding, you could utilize your technical analysis skills that you're learning here with the Fibonacci sequence to find your discount prices. Right. And so if you're buying the US 30, you have the zone, and look, that's a big move. That's a big move. Okay. So there's so many, advantages that you can have, understanding technical analysis with all asset classes. So many advantages, right? So let's look at the NASDAQ. So here we are. That's doing a dance off the 382. Right? We didn't get that last correction, right? It just took off. Right. So that's the NASDAQ. Look at the Nikkei. Man, just bullish. Right? So you can see they're all right. Getting that direction right is key. Look at that. That's beautiful ABCD price action. You take our process and you apply that to these indices. Come on now. Come on now. You gotta give us a little credit. We know a little bit about it, something, right? With the sequence. Look at that swing. Come on now, everybody.
There's some well-educated investors out there.
For sure. Right. Just set it and forget it. Look at that move. Hold on, everybody. All right. Is that a perfect ABCD wave or what? I mean, you can see why this is we don't focus on anything else really. On the daily, look, I just kept looking at off that 236. I just kept moving. Buyers own the market. Look at this. It's just gone. Like this. No correction off that. Right? So you assume it's nothing. That's right. All right, everybody. That's all I have, right, for this session. Are there any other pairs that you need to see?
Hey, bro, did you
Yeah.
you looked at the Aussie yen, right?
Uh, I did this morning. I didn't do an session because I saw this morning there's a huge potential evening star setting.
That's exactly what I was about to bring up. Yeah,
Yeah, I did see that this, but thanks for reminding me though, because I did mean to check it, but I went straight to those dollar pairs. Yeah, look at that.
yeah, and
Man,
that's a sign if nothing else.
man. Right? I wonder if we can get a close below that 98.55. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's gonna happen, but that would be great. Right?
and so how I generally play these is looking for once that candle closes. So if
Mm-hmm.
we're going in the next week, looking for pullback on the 1 hour time frame.
Then a continuation down.
Yeah, and so if not in this one, right on the one, run the fib off that high, look for the pullback into the zone, and there's your entry opportunity to play this short, and then we can run that play to the downside.
Randall, whenever you see those candles like that, though, there usually is a pullback on the,
Yeah,
you know, come back. It comes, there's a retracement and then
yeah, yeah. So on that next daily candle pulling back, um, a lot of times what I've seen is the pullback will come. It won't come exactly, but it'll come back close to retesting the wick of the indecision candle. And so that's why I'm looking at running the fib off the high and looking for that pullback.
We got a new AB boundary, so it's due.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's due.
And so that 618 retracement, 786 retracement is kind of right in line with or just below that wick of that indecision candle on the daily time frame.
Mhm.
thank you for the nugget.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that falls almost right in line with that 618 retracement level.
Mhm. Candlestick, sign language of the market, right? Tell you what it wants to do.
Yeah. And even looking at these patterns, right? It all still falls within the Fibonacci sequence,
Duh.
right? That pullback, that wick,
Mhm.
right? It
Mhm.
all falls within the sequence.
Does. So let's see. Looking for a pullback and a continuation down. Yeah, I definitely saw that. I was looking at this word like, uh-oh. Higher time frames control the lower time frames. When it's ready to reverse, it's ready to reverse.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You might end up having one on the cat, also,
on the
depending on how the
cat
candle
in.
closes. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, is that the reversals of all the yens?
That's what I was saying at the beginning. I believe that we are in the beginning stages of this reversal.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not completely sold on that
Yeah, definitely got to
one.
push
Yeah,
further. Because I was
yeah,
saying,
but potentially we'll see though, right? How that closes and if it holds above that monthly level. But I see where you see it starting to form, you know.
yeah,
But Yep, those higher time frame candlestick formations are huge indicators. They quite often they do play out. So
Look at the 4 hour, Benny. Because when I was looking at this last night, um, it looked like it's trying to do like a little. Nah, I thought it was a crown at first, but I thought it was about to play off that support right there.
it probably yeah, it's a possibility that it will. That one's moving. That one's moving pretty good. I didn't look at I didn't look at oil. This is still kind of dancing around in that zone. It's bullish today though. We shall see. We shall see. Anything else before we close out?
Benny, that's with Aussie Cat.
How's it, cat? That should be turn back over to the downside. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I just I was never been sold on that strength, that like long term strength on this Aussie. Um, that one's bouncing. So what we have, a move on a 1 hour here, a pullback, and maybe a continuation down. That's getting bullish though. What does that look like here on this 5 minute? Let's get good price action on the lower time frame. So that was climbing out of the 80-20 zone. So I don't know if anybody's trading the 5, but that's reversing. Looks like it's reversing to get back to that 382 and higher. But then once it gets to a high price, I'd like to continue to get short on it. Right? Maybe up around, maybe if we climb up to that 88, which we were talking about it right before. Seems like, you know, forever ago now with that price action, but you see it broke through it. So do we come back to retest it at some point and then continue down? But we're getting some nice bullish price action off that B boundary this morning. So 5 minute 80-20 type scenario. ECAD. It finally broke lower, right? Does it start to settle down yet? Let me see. Ranging for the most part. The daily. Mm. That one may be ready to get back long.
I am still holding it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's cool, right? That should play to the upside, right? I mean,
Yeah.
look at this strong bullish engulfing that we got. You know, so we're right back at that 50% level. So keep holding it. See what you can get out of it. 4 hours stochastic worked his way back, you know, into
I was look,
into the buy zone.
I was looking at that as a double bottom. I didn't know if it quite measured up to be yet because I was
Shaping
waiting.
up, shaping up to be one.
Okay.
Yeah, we get a swing low in that zone. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's respecting it's well on the right now, right? It's looking like it wants to respect that level again. We'll see if we get long. I like it. I like it. Continue to hold, see if we can get a swing back to the upside. See if we can get some good momentum going into next week. Well, all right, everybody. Ryan, anything before we wrap things up, sir?
Great session, bro. And continue just to be diligent, good people. Right? We talk about it all the time, but the more you focus on the process, the better you see the steps, the better you become, right? So focus on the process, not the end outcome. The end outcome is going to be what it's going to be. But if you learn to love the process, you'll be able to become better. So find the love in the process. Find the love in the discovery. Find the love in the experience.
That's it. That's it. Well said. We'll wrap it up on that. Everybody enjoy your Friday. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the weekly Forex ritual. Should be some good things setting up. Have a good day, everybody.